Hello Planet Internet, I'm Emperor Cole, and this is Emperor Cole Film Review, brought to you by MindbenderENT.com. And today I'm here to review Bladerunner 2049, written by Hampton Fancher and Michael Green, directed by Denis Villeneuve. Everybody, let's make sure those replicants aren't out here running them up. Let's do it! Okay, so let me first start out by saying the original Blade Runner film, which was done, I believe, 35 or 36 years ago, that starred Harrison Ford, that movie is a cult classic where a lot of people love it, and it's one of the best sci-fi movies that's ever made, and then there's another camp of people who just don't get it, who felt like it was a very boring film. I am in the group of the latter. I did not like the original Blade Runner movie. I found it to be very boring and very uneventful. Not a whole lot happened. So I was kind of stuck in the middle as to whether or not I was going to go see this movie. But let me tell you, Blade Runner 2049 is so good that it has made me rethink my stance on the original film. I'm actually going to rewatch the original movie 2 times to try to see if there's things that I missed, if I just didn't get some of the themes, or if maybe I was on my phone texting and not paying attention when I originally watched it. Granted, I only saw the movie once, and I believe it was back in 2011 when a good friend of mine's, Elliot Cadu, lent me the movie and let me watch his copy. The director of the film, Denis Villeneuve, did a very good job at recreating the world of Blade Runner, where it feels like this futuristic Los Angeles that's kind of a bleak world where technology is somewhat taken over or is integrated so well with mankind that you're never quite sure who's who or what's what. But it feels like the original Blade Runner world, but just the updated 35-year later version of it. So I expect this film to be nominated for an Academy Award for the cinematography work alone, which is absolutely stunning and excellent. The cinematographer Roger Deakins did a hell of a job with his use of light, silhouettes, and shadows and all that good stuff when lighting scenes. And the camera placement and the movement was 100% excellent. Like, it did a very good job at the camera moves with a purpose. The way the shots are composed and put together, like it just brings you into the world. It brings you into the story that much more. What I liked absolutely most about this movie was the story. The story for this film is a sci-fi noir mystery that has some action and chase sequences that are blended very well. And the overall theme to the movie is basically, what does it mean to be human? This movie has a couple reveals in it that you will never see coming, and there's definitely one huge twist that you will never see coming. And I love the way that it was all written and put together. Ryan Gosling's portrayal of Officer K I thought was done very well. Of course, if his acting is not up to par, and if his character portrayal in certain moments where he's supposed to be emotional, and certain moments where, since he's a replicant, he's not very emotional, if he's not very believable, the movie doesn't work. But Ryan Gosling did a very good job with his acting, and he was spot on in his performance. The movie does an excellent job with the mystery element to the film. Of course, as told in the actual trailers, there's a huge secret that cannot get out, because this secret will, quote unquote, break the planet. It'll break the world that exists as they know it if this secret becomes public knowledge. So, of course, Ryan Gosling's character, Officer K, has to keep this secret from getting out. And, of course, he has to find out what exactly it is and how did this all particularly happen. I can't speak about it too deeply because it would be a huge spoiler. As far as visual effects go, this is what a Hollywood blockbuster movie is supposed to look like. The visuals in this movie and the effects are just out of this world. Of course, this is supposed to be a futuristic Los Angeles in the year 2049. So, of course, there are supposed to be things that are very appealing to the eye, and the movie delivers in that area. It's got some scenes where you look at some things and say, man, I wonder how in the world did they do that? But it is excellent. I expect this movie to be nominated for an Academy Award for visual effects as well. The character Joy, played by Ana Celia de Armas, she's a Cuban actress. Her character and Ryan Gosling's character, Officer K, they have a love story that is very unique because it exists between 2 characters that are not human, but in the movie they're doing very human things. And then there's a point where some of the stuff they're doing for each other, and just they have so much compassion and love for one each other, it kind of makes you wonder, are they just naturally developing this? Is this something that's coming from the replicants? Or were they programmed that way, or is it just the programming? Harrison Ford as Officer Rick Decker was done very well. Where he's at in this movie when you finally meet him is very logical and it makes sense given the premise of the story. Harrison Ford's portrayal of the character, I thought his acting was done very well. Of course, it's 35 years later, so he's older, he's more grizzled, and he's definitely been through a lot. You as the audience, you feel a lot for him because some of the things that he's been through over these last 35 years, it's explained and elaborated, and you definitely feel for this character and you want things to work out for him. I even enjoyed the way the villains in this movie are portrayed. Sylvia Hooks plays a character named Love who works for like the police department, and it's her job to figure out what's going on with this mystery to stop it from being revealed to the general public. And of course, there's Neander Wallace, who is the super billionaire genius guy who created the new version of the replicants. That's played by Jared Leto. One thing I like about these villains is that they feel like they are the good guys. They feel like they are doing the right thing in the name of progress and trying to protect the world. So of course, when you have bad guys who feel like they're right, that makes them the best type of villains, because then they'll go all out to achieve what they're doing and they really believe in what they're doing. Okay, so now it's time for me to give Blade Runner 2049 a score on the Mindbender Movie Meter. This is a very good movie. It is an excellent mystery, sci-fi, noir film that has action elements blended into it. I think you would enjoy this movie very well. If you did not enjoy the first Blade Runner film, as I did not, you can still watch this movie and go in and watch it fresh and enjoy this film. So Blade Runner 2049, I'm going to have to give it a score on the Mindbender Movie Meter. I'm going to have to go with a 92%. Blade Runner 2049, 92% on the Mindbender Movie Meter. This has been my review for Blade Runner 2049. If you enjoyed this review, please subscribe to his YouTube channel. If you are a movie fan, you definitely want to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Make sure you check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Mindbender Entertainment. Follow us on Twitter at MindbenderENT. And of course, make sure you check out the website, mindbenderent.com. And remember, the future is now.